you guys had let the fire go out, they would have seen it. Hey man, we were hunting. Gray killed a pig. Face it, Jack, you f***ed up. We could have been rescued. Back off, man. I'm sick of and so's my gang. Your gang? What's that supposed to mean? What it means, Colonel, is that if you know what's good for you, you'll stop trying to run everything. Stop it!
What you just saw was one of the first major character conflicts in William Golding's Lord of the Flies. While the atmosphere had been tense before, this chapter is when the beast rose to the surface. Occurring in Chapter 8, after being insulted by Ralph, Jack calls a meeting, attempting to usurp Ralph's leadership. After losing the vote for mutiny, Jack exclaims, "I'm going off by myself. He can catch his own pigs. Anyone who wants to hunt when I do can come too." But let's backtrack a bit. Who is the beast? Throughout the beginning of the book, the boys realize things seem to be out of place. Little Uns see apparitions in the edge of the forest. This is evident when the mulberry points out a snake thing and a beastie. However, by the time they get to chapter 4 or so, the reader can make an inference that the beast was not a being, but an idea. So in that case, what is the beast? As a metaphor, the beast represents evil and chaos. It serves as a counterpart to the good and order that the conch represents. In a more specific sense, the beast stands for the savagery that eventually overtakes civilization. Later on in the book, one of the main protagonists, named Simon, who represents purity and peace, has a hallucinogenic fit where he meets and talks with the beast. During this chapter, the beast introduces himself as the Lord of the Flies. This unusual name refers to a biblical allegory drawing a comparison between the beast and the devil themselves by naming one after the other. This further reinforces the metaphor of the beast being the epitome of evil, which would cause both the downfall of the island and its people. Towards the beginning, the beast only caused minor problems, like scaring the little ones, but by chapter 9, the beast caused both death and a major split in the group. Which begs the question, what does the beast do? Throughout the book, the beast, who serves as a representation of chaos, is always present. In the beginning, the tension springs from the beast. Building up, this tension eventually leads to a division between the boys. This leads to the scene we saw earlier. The scene where two factions, one led by Jack and one led by Ralph, are created. The chaos of the beast directly parallels the peace and diplomacy of the conch. To get his point across, Golding makes the beast indirectly destroy the conch when Roger pushes a boulder which simultaneously breaks the conch and kills Piggy. This is evident in chapter 11 when a rock strikes Piggy with a glancing blow from chin to knee. The conch exploded into 1,000 white fragments and ceased to exist. Piggy fell 40 feet and landed on his back across a square red rock in the sea. Piggy was gone. The significance of this moment is the fact that for once, evil had properly prevailed over good. Past accidents on this island was just that, accidents. The Lord of the Flies no longer has a counterpart, and Ralph was the last sliver of good on the island. Interestingly enough, in the final chapter of the book, Ralph is nearly killed by the hunters, only to be saved by a naval officer who stood on the sand. This shows how the beast truly was to prevail if not for intervention. So, in conclusion, the beast and the Lord of the Flies represent savagery, chaos, discord, and evil in general. This nihilistic yet brilliant approach to a classic setup has won Golding much praise from colleagues and readers alike, for he not only crafted a great story, but he also set up a warning. An example of what would happen if humankind lost civility and became savages.